All right, boys.
Don't bring your phone out during a meeting, bro.
Most definitely not. Who would do that?
You would.
Hello.
Morning.
Hey, guys.
Good morning. Henry.
I'm Ron.
Ron, pleasure to meet you. John Henry.
John Henry.
Hi, I'm Jared.
Jared, nice to meet you guys.
All right. Thank you for making the time for us.
No problem. Thanks for coming down here. Well, I mean, let's get started.
All right.
Harlem Capital, we started 3 years ago, actually as an angel syndicate in Jared's living room. And so we were investing across asset classes, venture, small business, and real estate. Our hypothesis was there's probably a lack of funding for diverse founders because there's a lack of diverse investors. And so our mission became to invest in 1,000 diverse founders over the next 20 years.
Okay.
And on the next page, when we took a look at that data, the numbers very clearly validated our hypothesis. Here you have a very large sample set of about 50,000 collected amongst investors and founders. In 2017, roughly $84 billion of capital was invested into venture as an asset class. And just 2% of that, just a little north of 2% of that, made its way to minorities and women. So when you look on the left here, this shows the venture capital investors by race, and you can see that 86% of VCs are white, and so there's a subconscious bias there to invest also in their white counterparts. And on the right hand, this bias also exists by gender. So you can see 91% of investors are male.
Great.
We're raising a $25 million fund. We plan to make 30 investments. We're going to mostly invest in seed stage companies, and then we'll also opportunistically do Series A. Our check size will be anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million, and then we're focused on backing disruptive companies founded by women and diverse entrepreneurs.
We go with if the founders are essentially non-white male, but we have a particular emphasis on Latinos, African American, and women-founded companies.
And what about if there's like two founders, one of each? Is that if there's a woman or minority or
that would
person of
qualify.
color in the company would qualify. In the founders class it would qualify.
Sure.
But it usually tends to be the CEO or the main founder. It has to be one of those.
Okay.
There are plenty of savvy founders growing sizable businesses and are returning capital to investors.
The impact is really what you're doing as a diversity firm.
Yep.
Investing and creating opportunity for businesses that are run by diverse
That's right.
founders and CEOs. The business itself
Doesn't have to
have an impact itself.
Correct.
It could be,
Correct.
it could be impactful, but it could be also just a
Correct.
standard business.
Yeah.
Okay.
We think about doing well and doing good at the same time.
Okay, that's
That's great.
That's good. Okay.
So moving over to page 19, we think that we're better at helping companies grow and getting them to the next stage rather than getting them off the ground. So we actually do like to have companies that have product market fit, and we think that increases our chances of success.
Do you want to lead or do you care?
We do want to lead the majority of our seed deals, and as we think about why we're choosing $25 million and 30 investments, that
Gives
kind of
you the
gets to the point
opportunity
where we
to
can lead, usually targeting an average of a $500K check. Some other things we look at are passion, vision, and self-awareness with founders. We also like founders that are coachable, as well as they have a really good sense of their market. If a founder says, hey, there's no competitors, it's probably not true. You're at least disrupting somebody, and so we want you to know who that
Coachability
is.
is something that you really have to struggle with sometimes.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Behind this is an appendix that marks our bios and our fund model if you'd like to look through it. But we'd love to have L&M on or you as an individual on as a formal investor of ours.
Well, great, thank you. This is great presentation. You guys
appreciate it.
Thank
did
you.
it succinctly and got through a lot. I have a daughter who just started a company, so I'm somewhat familiar with some of the issues of at least women in the business.
Sure.
And probably even much more difficult for people of color because there is even far less on the investment side. And there is no question a coordination between, just networking.
Yeah,
Who you network, who you know. Even if you're well-intentioned, you're networking with people that you grew up with, that you know, and that you socialize with, and oftentimes there's not as much overlap as there should be in ethnicity and even in gender. Yes. It could be a great impact, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing it with the idea of investing in companies that you think are going to be profitable. I think it's a really important area of venture capital in particular, so I commend you guys for
Thank you.
taking and you got a long road ahead of you too. Well, there have been good returns in the VC area. It takes a long time, and growing the funds to scale is
Sure.
hard. But I think if you're patient, I think there's really an opportunity. So.
I know we're in this for the long haul.
Well, this is great. I'm very interested, so I will go through this, but I'm going to invest, and the question is how much I invest. I saw that the institutional minimum is 500, the individual minimum is 100.
That's correct.
This is great. I enjoyed the opportunity, and I look forward to spending the next 10 years watching you guys grow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Ron, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Ron.
Thanks.